Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an Elegant Weapon episode 460. My name is J.M. Clark, and it is so wonderful to be here once again with you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Over the past couple years, I have been releasing the podcast sporadically, but it has been mostly focused on Star Wars guests, as Star Wars has been the focus of my content creation on both YouTube and TikTok. I needed a little break after the pandemic. 13 years of comic book podcasting had just gotten me to a point where I was starting to feel a little monotonous. So I took a good long break, and now we are back. This is the return of an elegant weapon to comic book podcasting. That's right. The last time we actually did a comic book interview on this show was back in 2024. That would have been March 12th with our good friend Shane Heron. Since then, it's been pure Star Wars all the time. But you know what? I'm feeling that comic book spark again, kids. So here we are with episode 460, our return to comicdom. And we have a fantastic guest on this episode for that return. That guest is an individual named Daniel Shaw. He has an amazing new comic, his very first comic, in fact. He has been working exclusively in the area of illustration for quite a while, but this is his first comic book he's got coming out. It's called TerrorRat, and it looks awesome sauce. It really does. It's very punk rock. It looks super cool. That is going to be coming out from Lethal Studios, our good friends over there. So yeah, Daniel came on. We sat down. We had a fantastic chat. Got to know him, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad I'm back. We're going to do a whole bunch more. I don't know if we're going to be able to go back to weekly at this point. Still got a lot going on. I'm personally still recovering from a bit of an injury, so there's a lot of physio and things like that going on in my life. But I digress. Either way, this was a fantastic time. Daniel is super awesome. I had a great chat with him. I hope you enjoy that chat. All about TerrorRat. The Kickstarter for TerrorRat will be up any day now, and we talk all about that. So make sure that you pledge and support TerrorRat on Kickstarter and help Daniel have his first comic come to fruition under Lethal Studios. So there you go, kids. We're back. We're good. Let's do it up. This is episode 460 with Mr. Daniel
To a friend
Shaw.
Heather, I checked out your Instagram and your work, and I cannot believe that I haven't heard of you before.
Ah, well,
It's
yeah.
whereabouts are you?
I'm in Houston, Texas, and I've been here since late 1984. So I
Okay,
was I was a little kid
right.
when we moved here.
Where'd you
Yeah.
originate from?
We were coming from another small city in Texas. Well, not another. Houston's big, but we came from a small city in Texas to move to Houston. But before that, we were in California. I was kind of an army brat. I was born overseas. So um, when we first moved to the States, I was in Maryland,
Okay.
Baltimore, Maryland, from ages 2 to 3, and then ages 4 to 6 in California, and then
Oh,
Texas. So I've been here ever since.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, so like it looks like you've been drawing for a while and doing art. It says right on your profile there since 95 you've been doing the
Well,
hustle, yeah?
yeah, the hustle part. I've been drawing way before that, since I was
Sure, since you were a kid.
could barely walk. I
Right.
was holding a pencil first. So, but yeah, I would mark that year as the year of me trying to, okay, let's see what I can do with this and try to get in somehow with making a living, uh, drawing on paper. It's what I've always wanted.
So
So,
has it
yeah.
always been mostly just illustration work for you then? Have you done any
Yes.
comic work in the past or
No, this is my first foray into the comic industry.
it's
Um,
crazy, man.
yeah, yeah. But I've been a comics fan and I've dabbled with comic art for over 30 years of my life. Actually, longer as a comic fan because I was just learning to read when I was getting into comics. So, um, always been a fan and wanted to. It's kind of funny. I'm a late bloomer in everything in life, I guess, because I just turned 50 this year, and I'm drawing my first book, which was a huge bucket list thing with me, and I finally accomplished it because the art form is so intimidating to me. So after years of getting rejection letters and trying my own things and just not quite getting anything off the ground, I just kind of segue into illustration and just did that for many years, and it kind of went on a trajectory just really high.
Yeah.
And then this year or middle of last year kind of started tanking, and in the back of my mind I thought, now's the time to become a cartoonist. So uh, I started drawing comics. I started with a mini comic of the character that good people at Lethal are going to publish, TerrorRat. I started with a 6-page mini comic and got my first order from uh, Forbidden Planet in New York City.
Oh, right on.
I sent them probably 50 copies total. And after that, I decided, okay, I'm going to write a full 22, 24-page uh, story and draw it. And that's what I did. It
It's
took me a
amazing.
month to pencil it, and then it took me about 6 months to ink it because in between, I'm slower at inking than I am penciling, and then also, as a freelance artist, I had to kind of take in the money when it was coming in. So,
Understandable.
especially since it
Absolutely.
was
Yeah.
slow this year, so I was taking in just whatever little thing came my way, and kept it going. And I had no expectations other than when it was done, I was going to do it the same way I did the mini comic, just very old school. Go to the photocopier and run off 20
Nice.
copies here, 50 copies there, just mail them out to people, sell them at
Love it.
shows, whatever. I'm very grassroots with my approach. But along came Andy. Well, I've known Andy for 10 years.
Okay.
I met Andy here in Houston back in, I guess it was almost 10 years. It was about 2017 or 18. I met him at a convention here
Okay.
in
And of
town.
course, we're talking about Andy Belanger, who is one
Belanger,
of the heads
yes.
of Lethal Comics
Excellent,
there in
excellent,
Quebec.
excellent dude, excellent
Awesome dude.
artist,
Yeah.
great guy, great artist. And he was actually one of the first people that I started following on Instagram. So there's a mutual respect of each other's art for years now. And it was a brief meeting. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I love your stuff. See ya. Because it was busy.
Right.
But then I saw another friend of mine, Benjamin Mara,
Okay.
on the Lethal YouTube channel. I didn't know that Andy had a YouTube channel. It
Yeah.
just kind of popped up in my feed. I was like, oh my God. Oh,
Yeah. It's awesome too.
so I
Yeah.
started. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
So and I noticed my friend Ben on there. So I watched all of them. And then I reached out to Andy and said, hey, I saw my friend Ben Mara on your channel. I didn't know you guys knew each other. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Both
Sure.
Canadian, both into comics.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
years doing it, comics is a small
Oh
scene. I'm
yeah. It's
discovering.
it's it's a very small industry around here. Yeah.
So here too. So he said, yeah, thanks, great to hear. I told him I love the channel and look forward to more. And I think he asked me, hey, what are you up to these days? And I said, well, funny you should ask. I finally accomplished my goal of finishing a full story's worth of comics. Oh, really? Let's see it. And I showed it to him, and first words out of his mouth was, "Do you have a publisher?"
Nice. Nice. Those are the first words you want to hear. It's a
And I
great
said,
reaction.
I mean, if you want to call a photocopier my publisher, because that was, he was
Gotcha.
like, please let me publish this. And I said, let's go, let's do it.
That's awesome, man. Your
Yeah.
art is right up my alley. That's why
Ah,
I'm
thank
really
you.
surprised I haven't like heard of you before because it's the exact type of thing that I would follow on Instagram, and we know so many mutual people that yeah, and it really is. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I especially your Castle Gray skull stuck out to me
Oh
because
yeah,
I'm a
I've done
big
a few of
He-Man
those.
stan,
Me
and
too.
yeah, it's beautiful stuff, and
Thank you.
it's I could see it being right up Lethal's alley as well, you know, with
We're cut from the same cloth for sure.
yeah,
We
it's
like a lot of the same stuff, and I think
like
it's
a
the
gothic
age. Yeah.
horror punk rock, you know,
Yeah.
Bernie Wrightson
Mad
inspired
Max.
kind of
You know. Yeah.
thing. Yeah, but I think it's
Absolutely.
beautiful. So had you ever written before? Like was that a
No,
daunting task for you?
no. Actually, I don't really call myself a writer. I should probably maybe look into that more. I gotta admit, I'm not a huge reader. I mean, I've read the comics, read the comics that I enjoy, but outside of that, besides articles or certain magazines, I don't read novels. But yeah, writing's intimidating, but the way that I do it is very, plot driven. I'll think of a plot and it's very stream of consciousness from there. And I kind of just put the pieces together. Maybe start in the middle or start with an ending, or I'll think of a scene and build from there.
Mm.
With this one, I kind of already had it in mind before I drew it because it's a direct response to, it's not autobiographical or anything, but it's pretty much a response or my reaction to what's going on around me. Um, it's satirical, a little bit of social commentary, a little bit, and then personal experiences mixed in
Mhm.
because the character comes from an experience of uninvited guest I had in my house. I had a
Yeah.
big field rat in here, and I
Yikes.
couldn't get him out for 3 weeks.
Three
Uh,
weeks?
yeah,
Really?
he was in here for 3 weeks,
Oh
and
my
I was
gosh.
worried that there was an infestation in here. But
Well, yeah, you're like, am I seeing the same rat or
yeah, oh, it was terrible, man.
that's crazy.
It was terrible. But
Are they
I finally got him, and so the idea came about because my lovely other half, Abby, suggested, "Oh, you should do a comic about this. You chasing after this rat and
that's
tearing up the
awesome.
house." And I'm like, that's funny, but I'm not into drawing autobiographical stuff,
Right.
or even in a cartoony way. I just kind of want to go with character driven things. But I thought it would make a great character. So a rat terrorizing me, TerrorRat. So now we have the giant mechanical mutated
Boom. Now you just got to fill
lovely beast.
details,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I went with that and then combined it with, like I said, just certain things that uh, more of a release, a reaction. I don't know if you've read the book, but it's very um, it's more like a long sequence with dialogue. It's not really a beginning, middle, and end like an actual story.
Okay.
It's very Mad Magazine ish with some of the humor
Oh, I
and
love that.
satire in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
can't wait. No, this
yeah.
this came together very quickly, kids. We were just
Oh
hooked
yeah.
up like a day or
Okay. Yeah.
two ago. Heather
Yeah.
was gonna send me a little like PR package. I don't think she's had the chance yet. So, but I greatly look forward to it because just looking at your art, I can't wait to see it done sequentially. Like that's a very exciting thing, you know?
Yeah.
Um, that's fun to do. Had you ever done anything sequential in the past just for like your own enjoyment?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have. I've done, throughout the years, spaced. It's funny. I'll do 5 pages here, 5 pages there, and then a few years apart, I'll start another 5 to 6 pages. Few years apart, do another. It's just very sporadic. It's never been more than 5 or 6 pages. So
Right.
this was a big hurdle for me, big accomplishment for me personally, because there was always like this mental block, and as a professional illustrator, uh, it's one of the hardest uh, projects ever that I've ever had. Uh, you know, tried to accomplish, but the most rewarding. It's pumped me up
Oh,
even
I'm
more. It's like
sure. Yeah.
hard work that now that I crave now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I've got the next one kind of roughly outlined in my head. I've got some key scenes, but I need to kind of pull it all together the way I do it.
Okay,
So
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that, man. Like I've always been a creative type and I wrote a lot when I was a kid, just like, personal creative writing and stuff. And then I fell into other stuff I loved more, like film and this and that. But
Right.
I always after the 13 years of podcasting and interviewing God knows how many, comic book creators, I just got to a point where I was like, it's absolutely ridiculous that I haven't ever sat down and done one myself. And so it was like a year and a half ago. I'm turning 49 in February.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, finally at that age or 48, whatever it was, I sat down and finally, just last year, I did it, and I wrote a three story arc, and it was really cool and intimidating and exciting all at the same time. And I never even really like had huge plans to put it out. I was just like, I want to see if I can do this. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I just want to, and I got through it, and then I got an artist, and
Great.
well, I had an artist.
Ah.
Sean Daly. Are you familiar with Sean Daly? He does the Usagi Yojimbo comics and Power
Okay.
Ranger these
Okay.
days.
I'm familiar with the name.
Yeah.
I might have seen the work, but I think I know the name.
Well, him
Yeah.
and I go way back,
Okay.
and we both kind of started in the industry about 2011 with me podcasting and him getting into, doing comics. And just when I finally write one, he's going to draw it for me. And then he has his dream project of Power Rangers and Usagi Yojimbo just dropped in his lap. Right? So that is doing all that and everything that's led to.
Right.
He's just got absolutely no time to just sit down and do my comic. So maybe I'll get to it, and if I find someone who it feels right to do it with, I may still do it. But I'm really just satisfied that I wrote the thing.
Yeah.
The fact that it exists almost is just I feel really accomplished. Just the
It's
fact that it
rewarding, right?
exists. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you've had it in the back of your head for years, and then when you finally do it, um, even reaching, we're not young men anymore. So,
Yeah.
but it's better late than never, right? And when you finally get
Absolutely.
when you finally get it done, it's just such a good feeling. So you had never done much writing before that, or did you kind of work
Just
with?
purely, I did a lot of creative writing just for me, a lot of journal
Okay,
keeping and a lot of
okay,
world building. Like I would write character
okay,
bios
right.
and stuff like that. But I just never, like a lot of it is just the time thing too, right? Because I'm investing my time in so much other nonsense. And yeah, but it was always there. And then I just had some time last year and I really wanted to just put it down there. So I'm really glad that I did. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But you're taking that full leap, man. You're going like, here's my first comic. Let's kickstart this bitch. And was
Well, I've
that?
had some help for with our good friends,
Oh, you
so
need help. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely
very
need your help.
thankful that they took offered that, and I couldn't say no because honestly, could I figure out some of that stuff? Maybe, but there's just man the
No, you
learning curve.
trust me. Yeah, you did the
The
smart
learning
thing. It's
curve.
not worth it.
Well, I've seen actually people that I don't know if you're familiar with Jim Rugg from the cartoonist kayfabe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when he did his, he even admitted how much
Hmm.
work it was,
It's
and
insane,
that
dude.
the next time if he were to do it again on that level, he would have to hire help. And
100%. Yeah.
I don't have the space or time or logistics really to even do that here if I wanted to anyway.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it burn out a lot of people going through a Kickstarter. Like when a
my time
Kickstarter is
is
over, they have to take a break. Like literally, like they go away
yeah.
somewhere.
I mean, I'm busy now and I'm not even doing, half the work they're doing on their end, but I'm busy. I'm
Right.
scheduling things like this. I'm drawing things for the reward tiers. I even
That's
this is the
you're
old
right
school punk
there.
rock in me because I have even made flyers with the QR code to pass out at tattoo shops and bars and
That's
comic shops
amazing. Oh
because
my God, I
I'm
love it.
hitting the streets with it, man. So
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to
yeah,
grind that hustle, you know?
yeah. So
It's a thing that it also doesn't end when it's over. Like you just said,
no, it never
it's you know how
ends.
much time you're gonna have to take to fulfill all the rewards, Like there's a whole lot of drawing that comes after the Kickstarter when the
Yeah.
comic's already been drawn.
And
It's
with artists, I think, you know, especially someone like me who lives at the drawing table, that's better suited for me. My time is better spent as much as I can behind that drawing table producing.
right. Yeah.
So if I can have the help, yeah, there's no shame. I'm definitely
Oh,
gonna take it.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Especially when there's people who have gotten so good at it and have been through it. And
Right,
now, like, because I know once you have been through it a few times, you figured out the formula, you know what you got to
right.
do. And then it just becomes, second nature to a lot of people. So, yeah, a lot of people, they take a lot on themselves, and it needs to be a team effort when you're creating some of these things. Like, sure, you could draw and write the comic yourself, but like everything on top of that is just, and people got to eat. That's the thing they forget.
Gotta
Like,
eat, man.
you got to eat, you got to work, and it's crazy. I've been doing this whole thing by myself since the beginning. Um, and it's daunting, so you have to learn to when to give yourself breaks and when to go
I
really hard and when it's time to turn it on or turn it off.
sure.
You know
Yeah,
it can
yeah.
be interesting. So was it your idea to go with the Kickstarter, or did someone suggest that to you?
Excuse me.
Mm.
They were already doing Kickstarter with their books.
Oh, Lethal.
So
Right,
yeah,
right, of
lethal.
course. Right, right.
So when they reached out,
Mother
th-
Trucker and such.
right,
Yeah,
great book, by the
yeah.
way. Um, that's what Andy and everyone else does there. So I told them, yeah, you guys, steer the ship. I'm just riding, and they, it's been successful for them. And plus, another thing, Andy, believe he's friends with the person that is responsible for Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of knowledge with the ins and outs of that platform.
Yeah,
That
no.
so it's a good people
And
on my side. Yeah,
Lethal and Andy are just like the wildest thing to me because they are just that. They're wild people. They're exciting, they're adventurous, they're daring,
yeah.
and at the same time they get shit done.
That's
And
how
they
you have to be.
yeah,
I
that
mean,
yeah.
that's kind of how my business model. That's how I run my thing.
Hmm.
Wild and adventurous and jump, just do the thing, but put
Yeah.
the hard work behind it as well.
Have
Yeah.
you been to Canada ever?
No, I would love to go.
Oh, now you'll have an excuse.
I would love to go.
Especially
Yeah.
Montreal, man. Montreal, it's just old world beautiful because you
That's
feel
all.
like
Yeah.
you're in old school
But
Europe, but at the same time, what a party town, man. Like
that's great.
what a party town. Just people having great times. Lethal
Is this
Comics.
where you're based,
No,
Jason, by the way?
I'm just outside Toronto.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm about 45 minutes outside Toronto, and I think Lethal's headquarters, as I've driven it twice, was about 6 hours or so from
Ah.
door to door. Um, Man, legendary after parties from Montreal Comic Con at the Lethal Comics headquarters. What a good time,
I
just
bet.
entertaining as hell.
I bet.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I first met Andy because he was always coming out to do, Toronto Comic Con and Fan Expo here in Toronto. So yeah, and just the whole wrestling thing, and
Oh yeah.
he's just an enigma to me. It's just such a wild creature. I love it. So
Well, hopefully,
you fell into what sounds like the right gig for you with the right people and the right party, yeah.
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 Well, yeah. Like I said, I think it helped that Andy and I, you know, kind of knew each other already. We had a mutual respect for each other's work and personality wise, and just with how I think our outlook on comics and how we work and I don't know, it just gelled really well
Yeah.
creatively too. Whenever I talk to those anybody there about anything creative, it just uh, there's no it's so smooth and just works well. I don't
Well,
know. It's a
they're
good
good
fit.
people
Yeah.
there. There's not a lot of ego, which is a great thing.
Right.
When you have an organization like that with such talent, often I do see ego can kind of get in the way between the connection that a lot of people have as far as mentoring or working with the younger people or the generations coming up. And one thing definitely to, kudos to Lethal is they've never gotten big heads about this thing. They're willing to help anybody they chill with. Anybody that feels right, they'll work with. It's a great thing. When you find those people you feel comfortable and you trust, because trust is such a huge thing, especially when
Absolutely.
it comes to something it's your creation. You're putting it
Well,
in other people's hands.
absolutely. And Jason, I didn't really, I wasn't expecting anything. I in fact in my mind, not that I'm being negative, I didn't really think anybody would like it after reading it, and they love it, and that's important to me because they feel good about it, and it made them laugh, and they love the book, they love the character, and they care about it,
Right,
and
right.
that's so awesome to me.
Yeah. I used
Can't
to
ask
have
for
that.
anything more.
Do you
Yeah.
remember Source Point Press out of Michigan? I'm not sure if you're familiar with them.
No,
The
don't ring any.
pandemic kind of killed us, but we were a really big indie publisher out of Michigan for a while. I was the Canadian operations manager, and it
Okay.
was like a horror based. It grew into other things, but it started as a horror based outfit. And it was just the grind. Like, it was every show was creators there. And man, the adventures we had going from show to show, sleeping in vans together, 20 people sleeping in a hotel together and just eating together and selling together. And then the pandemic just messed stuff up. And I
Oh
think
man.
anybody who was
Yeah.
involved with that outfit literally has been traumatized by the loss of it because we were such like a family. Everybody gelled so well. And
Yeah.
it was like a 7-year adventure. And then after it went away, a whole bunch of people straight up quit comics. Like
Oh, that's sad to me.
it is
Yeah.
sad, but it was hard, man. And that's why I'm glad there's still outfits around like Lethal and such where you can find the families because man, it has hit us really hard. We were uh sponsoring Fan Expo. We had a big deal with Fan Expo, and all the badge art for like a year or two was all Source Point Press art and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, Josh Werner and Travis McIntyre, but Josh Werner was the founder. He did
Okay.
what's the book? The Winchester mystery book about the whole Winchester house and stuff. It was like a horror book
Okay.
about that stuff. He did a lot of horror stuff. And I'm telling you, had they seen TerrorRat, they would have been all over this
Awesome.
shit. They would have been
Awesome.
all over it, like salivating at seeing that. Like
Oh yeah.
just the art
Awesome.
I've seen of it so far. I'm like, man, this is totally something they would have put out back in the day.
Awesome.
So it's very cool of Andy to jump all over it because it's just obviously cool, man. Like,
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure the story is going to be fun too, but even the art alone already has just been like, this is just going to be fun to read. It's super cool. So, do you have any like details about the Kickstarter you want to share? Like, what kind of rewards you are giving away? What are the tiers like, or all
Yeah.
that stuff we probably should talk about?
Yeah. Absolutely. Funny you should ask. I'm not sure how many. It might be five, five tiers, maybe. I think something like that. Maybe
Pretty
six. But
average,
yeah,
yeah.
about five, I think. But I'll show you. I'll go ahead and show the Big Daddy. It's going to be an original piece
What?
of art.
Redneck Massacre, dude, that's
That's
stunning.
that's the name of the story, and this is going to be kind of a variant cover that's not going to be printed. It's just going to be the original art that'll be the top
Right.
tier. And if I'm not mistaken, besides the a book and the original piece, I think you get everything else that's included in the other rewards. So
Okay,
that's
awesome.
the top level tier. And then I think underneath that there's uh, you have some variant covers with Carl and Andy,
Oh, cool.
and then there'll be some stickers, one with a patch, and then one with a print, and then there'll be
Oh,
the
fun.
digital
Nice.
version.
Well,
Yeah,
it's good. You
maybe a
got to give
digital
that
version
option.
with the book too. I think too.
Right, right.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
in pre-launch already, right?
We're in pre-launch. We had to. They decided to uh, kind of push back the launch date. It was going to be on the 11th, but we collectively decided that maybe we'll just because I think it kind of launched a little too early to get people on board.
Okay.
It's starting to pick up a little bit. Things
Yeah.
like this will help too.
Oh yeah,
So
we're gonna shout this to the
yeah,
mountaintops, man. It's very exciting for me. I'm getting back into this, and having you as a guest in your art is exciting for me because it's right up my alley. Like I said,
awesome, man.
it's super
Yeah.
fantastic. You go by at Sawblade666 on
Yep,
Instagram, yes?
yep, and all the links are there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's got to go check that out because it's absolutely super, super cool stuff. Again, I'm astounded that I hadn't actually crossed paths with you before.
Well,
Um,
it's my first.
you've
You
never done
know,
shows then much, but well, you met Andy at a show. So how
Uh,
long have you like?
well, it was very sporadic when I would do them. And again, I wasn't doing comics. I was just selling prints of my stuff. I kind of come from the music world, like punk and metal, doing album covers and T-shirts. But I've always, like I said before, I always had the idea of, man, it would be so cool to get back to that dream of doing comics.
Right.
And so now I'm doing it. So maybe that might be a reason we didn't quite line up because it hasn't been comic related until just really
And that's
recently.
also one
So
of the few areas I've not had the pleasure of having been is in any of the southern states really. I've been all around for how many cons, but I've never actually had the chance to get south enough, which I would love to. I hope something comes up someday that I get the chance to go down there. But so
yeah,
far, yeah, no. But yeah, we'll have to get you to come up this way too. And
man, I'm ready.
yeah, have you ever
I'm ready.
traveled for a show? Like, what's the furthest show you've done from home?
No, no. I did some traveling with a band I was in 10 years or so. We went to Europe. But for my career, no, I've never done
Well,
much traveling.
look out, buddy. It's all gonna come
Hope
now, you know.
hopefully the big cheese will
Dude, once you're in the
get me
lethal
around.
fold, they're gonna take it all the way.
Yeah.
That's just how they do it. They go all out and all the way, balls to the walls type thing, And I'm sure Andy won't be happy until you have attended your own post Montreal Comic Con lethal after party.
I'm ready to rock,
You
man.
know,
I'm ready to do
the stuff of legends.
it.
I would like to, if you don't mind, occasionally I do this as I'm talking, I'll get spurred to recommend another artist's work to you.
Okay.
And there's a guy named A. Shay Han.
Okay.
It's capital A period Shay Han, Hahn. And
Okay.
his most recent book was a giant size. It's called Giant Size Dracula,
Oh
but
wow.
it's literally giant sized. Like it's an enormous, it's an
Oh,
enormous, ridiculous comic book. But just having seen your art, and I think you'd appreciate his style. Um,
that
because
sounds cool.
he does some cool stuff. Yeah, too. He's very prolific,
Oh,
and
okay.
he just does a lot of crazy, wild stuff. He did a book called Gladiasaurs, which was
Ah,
gladiators versus dinosaurs,
that sounds
and
fucking rad.
things. Oh yeah, things like that. And yeah, I think you'd really dig it and get a kick out of it, man. So that's my recommendation to
I'll
you.
check it out.
Any regular listeners will be quite familiar with A. Shehan and his work. But dude, I'm very excited. Congratulations on, fulfilling the dream, doing the thing, taking the plunge. I hope it
Thank you,
all
man.
goes very, very well for you, and I'm sure it will.
Well, I'm glad you're rocking the mic again and talking about comics. That's
I'm
great.
excited to be back, kids.
Yeah.
Back to the trenches. I don't know if this will turn into like a weekly thing again, maybe a monthly thing or twice monthly. But whenever I got the time, but I'm just excited to talk again and
Yeah.
get to hear about some people's exciting
Man,
stories. So
I know the work that goes into a YouTube channel. I did that for almost a year with mine, and to draw and then do that, it's so hard to schedule that
well,
for
that's
me anyway.
YouTube took over. Like I didn't plan on it. I started YouTube because I was making these silly little videos about my lightsaber collection, right?
Okay,
And I
right.
was I was actually making TikToks.
Ah,
And
okay.
then it was recommended to me. Like I did really well. I got quite a following on TikTok. And somebody recommended to me, why aren't you putting these on YouTube? And I was like, I have no idea. So I started just like taking all my videos and just like totally lambasting YouTube with my videos. And it
Mm,
it it really it took off very unexpectedly. And
that's great.
yeah, to where like I s- I always said I'm going to keep it fun. I try not to take it too seriously because everything I get out of YouTube is just a bonus. I have a great career that I do as my day job. I'm not worrying about money or anything like that. So all this
Sure.
other stuff is just personal, fulfillment. And I love to edit, so I was really excited because it took off. I just got my silver play button like a month or two ago, and I
Awesome,
wouldn't I
man.
would have
Congrats.
never ever dreamed that thing would have happened
Right.
out of me just making stupid little lightsaber videos, right? So that's
Yeah,
kind of been the
man. That's awesome.
focus of what I've been doing for the past 2 or 3 years. But I miss having conversations because that's all just me, right? I just get up
Sure.
here and talk about things, and then the comment section's fine, but I totally miss having, real conversations and getting to know people. So, and it's been a pleasure to get to know you, man. So, you'll have to
Man, it's
come
been
back,
awesome. Absolutely.
post, TerrorRat, and let us know how everything went, and we'll get your post reaction to what it's like to having put out a comic book,
Sounds great,
which
Jason.
is so super rad. Daniel Shaw, everybody. Again, that's at Sawblade666 on Instagram. Go take a ponder because it's absolutely gorgeous work, man. I absolutely
Thank you,
love
man.
it. And
Thank you.
again, good luck on everything happening.
Thank you. You too. It's good meeting you. Thanks for having me on, Jason.
There we go, kids. Officially, that is another episode in the tank of an elegant weapon. And that's all we're going to have this week. So, you guys, take it easy.